Hi, how are you doing? My name is Rohit and I'll be breaking down the 36th match of this year's IPL, which saw the Kolkata Knight Riders taking on the Royal Challengers Bengaluru in the Eden Garden Stadium in Kolkata. And KKR won this game by 1 run. But here's the thing. That's as close of a margin as you can get in T20 cricket, but I don't think that margin does justice to just how razor thin the margins were between these two teams today. And which is kind of wild to say because this one was a absolute back and forth, full of drama, full of controversy, and it was just wild. And to start with, KKR really shows what their formula is when it comes to batting. So they bat first, and when it comes to the power play, it's simple. Go as hard as you can, score as many runs as possible, wickets do not matter. And today, that was encapsulated with Phil Salt leading the charge from the front, 48 from 14. KKR goes at above 2 runs a ball in the power play, finishing with around 75. And from there, they lost 3 wickets, but from there it's just they decided to just go a little slower and take a little bit easier in the middle over phase. Shreyas Iyer anchored at one end. He ended up with 50 from 36. So his role is clear. Everybody else around him goes as hard as they can. He just makes sure he doesn't lose his wickets, so they can afford to be aggressive and lose wickets, knowing that Shreyas Iyer is holding down one end and he won't throw away his wicket. And when the loose balls do come, he will put them away for extra runs. And if he stays to the death overs, he can accelerate. So KKR has that role clarity in the middle overs as well. And then in the death overs, it's just whoever can accelerate, go out there, accelerate, get that run rate up. And usually it's a combination of Rinku Singh, Andre Russell, and Ramandeep Singh. One of them usually outperforms the others. Today it was Ramandeep Singh with the back end impetus, 24 from 9, taking KKR to 222. But RCB messed up really badly with 20 extras. So again, remember, this is a T20 game, 20 overs. They basically gave up an extra run per over. So they could have been chasing a total that was around 10s, but instead they're chasing a total that is in the 11s. So that's one margin that made this game ridiculously razor thin. And in terms of bowling, the RCB bowling is, well, weak. And the bowlers got absolutely carded. Cameron Green comes back, and he actually picks up 2. So that's impressive. But again, for the most part, the RCB bowlers absolutely just got carted around the ground. And that's mainly due to KKR's aggressive approach, as well as RCB's bowling being weak. And now when it comes to the chase, oh boy, there was some controversies here. First of all, Virat Kohli gets off to a hot start and then gets out off of a Harshit Rana full toss, and it's reviewed immediately for a waist-high no ball, but the ruling remained out because Kohli came out of his crease and the ball was dipping. So what the IPL does now is they basically measure every player's height and they measure the waist height and they see where the ball is in relation to the waist height. Ball tracking determined that the ball was going below Kohli's waist height, therefore the ball stayed as a no ball. Would the ball have been a no ball had Kohli stayed in his crease? Probably not. But that was just the first of other controversies that happened. And then from there, Faf du Plessis also gets out early and cheaply. So it was up to Will Jackson and Rajat Patidar to take on the bowlers and take on the responsibility of accelerating the innings. Because again, you're going at 11 runs and over for an entire match. Someone has to step up. And both Jacks and Patidar stepped up very well. Will Jacks, 55 from 32. Rajat Patidar, 52 from just 23. And so that third wicket partnership got RCB all the way back into the game and put them in front after those 2 early wickets. But once those 2 got out, things swung back into KKR's favor before, I don't even know how to explain this, but you go to the back end, Dinesh Karthik and Karan Sharma just take it to the KKR bowlers, and Karan Sharma in particular takes it to Mitchell Starc, carding him for 3 sixes in the last over. but ultimately it wasn't enough. Karan Sharma is dismissed by a brilliant return catch by Stark, and then unfortunately RCB only gets 1 run of the 2 needed to force a super over and the 3 needed to get a win. But there was another controversy with one of Sunil Narain's wickets where they thought RCB thought Narain overstepped, but Narain barely had something on the line. Therefore, it was a legal delivery. So the margins between victory and defeat, again, very, very razor thin. Because keep in mind, with a no ball, it's not only that you're re-bowling that ball, but you get an extra run. Keep in mind, RCB lost by 1 run. So there were 2 potential no balls that weren't called no balls, and that those 2 potential no balls that weren't no balls. That is a very confusing wording. But those controversies have caused a stir, especially on the RCB side of Twitter. And so, again, it's those razor-thin margins. But also those razor-thin margins go the opposite way. RCB kept losing wickets for very cheap. There was a span of 2 overs where they lost 4 wickets, including the 2 set batsmen in Rajat Patidar and Will Jacks. When you have that happen, you're already on the back foot. The fact that you got to where you did was amazing in the first place. Credit to the KKR bowlers for trying to keep their nerve, because this was a tense contest of just people getting going, then having to take back the momentum, and then them trying to get the momentum back. And so eventually it was just one small margin being slightly better than another small margin. So you just see those small back and forths. And unfortunately, I think it might be time to call it. I think this could have been the nail in the coffin for RCB this season. If I remember correctly, this was their 8th match. They are 1-7. They're languishing at the bottom of the points table with only 1 win to their name and 2 points. If they win all their games from here, they can only get to 14. And frankly, given the way this tournament's going and how all the teams in the top 6 are doing, I don't see a way. RCB really needed this one, and they just needed to ride that winning momentum. And again, it's those razor-thin margins, and those razor-thin margins costed RCB this match and potentially their season. So a lot went down in this game, and it was very dramatic, very entertaining. And unfortunately, one team had to lose, and it was just ultimately the team that just made more mistakes. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And with that, I'll be back for the next game. Thank you. Have a good one.